What is active fuel management and how do you get rid of it? Active fuel management, also called displacement on demand, is a system in late model GM V8 engines designed to increase the fuel efficiency. The pieces here are from a GM Gen 4 LS engine, but many manufacturers have been trying their own version of this, and the idea is to increase fuel efficiency by actually disabling 4 of the 8 cylinders while the engine is coasting or under low load. These are some of the components that make this all work on a Gen 4 LS. If you're trying to spot an engine with AFM, the valley cover is a dead giveaway, as many of the components that make this work are housed here. In fact, on an AFM engine, we don't even call this a valley cover anymore. Instead, it's called a lifter oil manifold assembly. This contains the solenoids that control the flow of oil to the lifters. All Gen 4 blocks, whether DoD or not, have AFM stands cast into them. The lifters themselves are also different. Cylinders 1, 4, 6, and 7 have these special lifters that are visually different from the normal lifters. They also index into the trays differently. In a nutshell, the way this all works is the computer will sense engine load and then signal the solenoids, which control the flow of oil to the special lifters and either collapses them, disabling the valves, or pumps them back up and allows the valves to return to normal operation. When the engine load is low, these 8 lifters are collapsed and the valves are closed and the engine is basically running on 4 cylinders. Then as the load increases, the lifters pump up and those 4 cylinders begin to run again. This is a great idea in theory, and it's reported to net a 5 to 7% increase in fuel mileage. The problem is these systems have become infamous for failing. Either something here fails or they cause bigger issues with the engine like oil consumption. Additionally, it's impossible to install a performance camshaft with an AFM system. The solution is to delete the AFM system by removing these components and replacing them with standard non-AFM LS components. These LS7 style lifters and the appropriate trays will get rid of the AFM lifters. An AFM delete valley cover gets rid of the complex stock lifter oil manifold assembly. It's also important to note that you have to change the cam when deleting the AFM system, since the lobes that actuate the AFM lifters actually have a different profile. This is a great opportunity to install a performance cam, but remember you may also have to change from the old 1-bolt timing gear to a 3-bolt gear. It's also worth noting that it's often necessary to change to a standard oil pump instead of the high volume pump used in the AFM system. Also consider installing a plug or deflector to the bypass in the oil pan. Finally, before you fire the engine, you need to either flash the stock ECU to get rid of the AFM tuning or switch to an aftermarket system like a Phytec or a Holley. This is a lot of work, but it's a great way to get rid of some complexity and potentially some reliability issues with your LS engine.